Hi everybody, and welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. Welcome to Terrace of the DOSoleum. We got our boy here, Kamel Sadscarns. No, I'm just fucking...
Okay, if you were setting that up, if you told me you were setting that up, I wasn't paying attention.
No. We're actually gonna do fucking more. Let's do it.
Okay, we were recording that though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I would just like to say that they actually did make the pier look exactly like the one from the 2002 video game that I am inordinately fond of.
All right. Well, welcome to Terra from the DOSoleum.
Okay, so for those of you who don't remember, Terra from the DOSoleum was a series that we did 3 episodes of 3 to 4 years ago.
Yeah. They're all Elder Scrolls games.
As for other DOS game. For other things people may not remember, Morrowind was an Elder Scrolls game, came out in 2002. It was the first 3D open-world Elder Scrolls game. It succeeded Daggerfall and preceded Oblivion, which is... This is kind of the beginning of the, multiplicative community size for Elder Scrolls games, where, Morrowind was... a pretty popular Xbox era RPG, which is dwarfed by the size of the pretty popular Xbox 360 RPG Oblivion, which was absolutely dominated by Skyrim. So this is kind of where it began. This is where I began with the franchise. This is a very weird, nerdy, bizarre, infinitesimally complicated, weird game, and I very much love it.
I would honestly put... So I came in with Oblivion, and perhaps coincidentally, I would characterize Oblivion as the first modern Bethesda game, for good and for ill. This game is very different in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, here. Absolutely. This game, the first 2 games are very much all they had was ambitions, and then they managed to get to those pretty well using procedural generation and the available technology. But this is the game where the ambitions started to coalesce into goals, to creating something that was not just achievable technologically, but also created a sense of immersion and place, which created a world that could be explored. And which is something that really wasn't well approximated by Arena and Daggerfall nearly to this extent.
Especially not in 3D. This game came out in 2002. In 2001, Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. So the idea, just the very idea of an open world where you can kind of go anywhere and do anything, was still very, very new and very, very exciting. And this was a much more realized world, I would argue, than Liberty City and Grand Theft Auto 3.
I'm willing to argue that Arena and Daggerfall... Yeah. This game...
What's your name on that? Jeez. Where do you suppose the subtitles option is? Here we go. That was easy.
Yeah, so this game started the tradition of... I say started the tradition of starting out as a prisoner. That's not 100% true, but it's actually something I will defend. And we'll get to that in a minute.
What do we want our name to be?
I have no strong opinions.
Did Kamel started in Arena?
Yeah, Kamel began as a Morrowind LP character.
Uriel Septim the Fourth.
Okay,
from the future.
Either that or Sean
No,
Bean.
from the past.
This is a weird paperwork mix-up, and the Emperor of the realm got thrown into prison and deported to Fantasy Australia.
I'm sure they'll let us go.
I mean, that is kind of what happened in Arena, let's be honest.
Yeah, so this game, I would actually argue that Arena and Daggerfall were not hugely innovative games. I've actually played many games which feel similar to both of them. I think that you could make a case that, like, at the time, even Daggerfall, which was more innovative, probably would not have felt like a complete game changer to people who are very into role-playing games.
Yeah, so Arena is I think often thought of, because it's the first Elder Scrolls game, is like, oh, this is the first big, like, dungeon crawler first-person game, but it wasn't. That was like Ultima Underworld.
There's so
Not
many
even counting
things.
like the wizardry games and stuff that weren't like fully 3D
the
and
fucking,
shit.
like the Dark Eye games that are based on the Schwarzalga, like German D&D, all sorts of stuff. Morrowind definitely was new.
What the fuck is my key map here?
Like, Morrowind, you played this game, there really was not a good single-player equivalent to this anywhere.
Especially not on consoles. Like, that was the other impressive thing, is they brought this to the Xbox, which was... also,
Activators. Okay.
I know we missed it now, but I
that's gonna
love the walking
change.
animation for the guards, because it looks like they're all walking with, like, poop in their pants. They have these really
They're all
weirdly
really
wide
drunk.
strides.
Yeah, that's everyone's walk animation in this entire video game.
Hi, buddy. What the?
Except, well, actually, no, it's not the Beast Race animation. But
Oh man,
that's
the water
like,
here looks crazy. All right, what are we? Who are we?
Well, we're an Imperial, Josh. Make Uriel Septim. You made this fucking
Right.
bad.
All right.
Lie on it. Make Patrick Stewart.
But it's not Patrick Stewart. We're making
No,
the intro of Arena Uriel Septim the Fourth, because they got his name wrong.
Oh, yeah, no. Right,
That was
so,
the joke I was going for.
Yeah, so, like, there's a lot of things that people say about the Elder Scrolls franchise which aren't actually true, because people don't want to go back and play the first two. One of them is that, like, you always started as a prisoner in the Elder Scrolls because it always gives you, like, a blank slate backstory. But Arena, like, sort of implies that you're a loyalist to the king. And that's why you're imprisoned, that you were imprisoned by the villain, so that's not really a blank slate. And then at Daggerfall, you're literally like an agent of the Emperor who is shipwrecked, and that's how that game starts. This is the first game which is actually like, you don't know who you were. Like, this is kind of just a blank check to explore this world with.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the
Hot take?
Finish your release.
Oh, go ahead. I'll save my hot take for later.
We're playing without, like, we can't hear the sound here, but that's fine, because I recently confirmed that I can just, like, do all this dialogue sequentially with the intonations. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
That is creepily
actually
accurate.
Canny. I'm gonna just sync up your voice with all the NPCs. Oh, cool. We can. Does this have the same questions from Arena? I'm curious.
Most of them, yeah. It has fewer questions total. It's the same set every time. On a clear day, you chance upon a strange animal, its leg trapped in a hunter's claw snare. I didn't do this very often. I really,
Yeah, no, this is dumb.
It's fun to do this, like, the first time, and then afterwards I would just always immediately went straight to create your own character.
Your father gives you a choice of chores. What would you rather do?
In fact, I would just go ahead and skip through this for the most part.
Your cousin has given you a very
No, this is I don't think these are from the ones from Arena, because
there's a
the
few
ones from
new
Arena
ones.
are like super verbose. They're like 800 fucking words, and then you get a question and like fucking, what does this have to do with anything?
There's a few new ones.
Oh no,
like,
this
and
one,
also
actually,
just
this
like
one
Arena.
is from Arena. Now that I look at it,
Yeah.
it's just the wording is different.
Well, yeah, like also in Arena had a lot of questions.
Yeah, really. I recently tried to there are mods for Arena because of course. So I tried to make Arena playable using mods. I failed, but I really tried. I got further than I've ever gotten in Arena, which is to say I got out of the initial dungeon and traveled around a bit and then went, okay, yeah, I don't actually want to play this game anymore.
Yeah. So the leveling system in Morrowind is broken and, like, it has perverse incentives, but less so than the one in Oblivion, which is the worst.
Do you have any advice for class here? Or should we just grab one from the class list?
Honestly, I would probably just, like, we may as well just grab a class. I don't think we need to be here all day.
No.
I would go with something non-magical, just because that tends to be crappy in the early game.
Yeah. If we're going under the assumption that we're basically just going to be doing like a week, we're going to be making some very different choices than you normally make. For example, I'm going to insist that you choose speed as a attribute.
Okay, well, acrobat, no. Oh, okay, attribute. Yeah, all right. Well, what do we got that's got speed? Speed is interesting. Assassin has speed. Barbarian has speed.
Barbarian might be a good choice.
Yeah, this be a Barabian.
The one issue here is that the major skills, they have medium armor as a major skill. That is a death trap in this game because the medium armors, the best medium armor is not better than the best light armor. It's just heavier and makes you slower.
Yeah, that was a thing. All right. Uriel Septim IV, that incorrigible time-traveling barbarian.
Yeah. The expansion adds Mithril, which I actually don't know if that's better than Glass, but I kind of suspect it isn't. And then there's Stalrim, which is
they
added
merged them all. They mash them all together in Oblivion. So Mithril is this like mid-tier light armor that's definitely not better than Glass.
The scaling, yeah, it's terrible. So again, if we're just doing 1 week, we would pick the worst sign to pick otherwise, which is the Steed.
Yes.
Because it just gives you 4 to 5 speed, 25 points, which is worthless because it still caps out at 100. So there's no point in taking this if you're planning to level up your character.
All right, this looks solid. Yep, this is me. This is gonna really suck if we end up doing this as a real playthrough.
Yep. Okay, so this is okay. No, this. You haven't seen anything yet. So the way this game does its inventory screen is kind of amazing and genius, which is that this is basically just like, it basically just switches to a new desktop superimposed over the game where you can click and drag all these windows that have like everything in them, and you can resize them, and you could like hide some, and you could like sticky some. It's like an insanely like granular level of control to have over a user interface, and I kind of love it. I'm really sad that consoles mean that you basically can't do this anymore.
How did this work on the Xbox?
I haven't the slightest fucking idea. I never once played the Xbox version.
Somebody go fucking dig up a fucking Xbox copy
I'll
of
look
this
it up.
shit. I've got a 360 that works. Was the 360 backwards compatible?
I believe a lot of those games are
remember.
backwards compatible today.
The Xbox, the Xbox, they just didn't have an inventory screen. It's a streamlined version. You can have 2 weapons and switch between them.
That's a font.
Yep, nice.
By Uriel Septim VII's decree, Uriel Septim IV is released in Vardenfell in the province of Morrowind. Cool.
So here's one of the things that's great about this game, which is this game, when I said it's weird, I mean mechanically it's very strange in a lot of ways, and like the story is atypical. Yeah, you gotta actually take it. It's top, like select it, top left, take.
Oh, okay. You now have the inventory. Oh, goody. Hello. I like how we're playing at a resolution this game was never really supposed to be played at, so everything's just so incredibly tiny.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celis Gravius.
Alright, spacebar. What's jump?
E.
Motherfucker, really?
Yeah, so spacebar is used in E's jump.
What the fuck?
It took me a long time to get used to that because I played this game so much. Like, to it being the way it is with every other game now.
Ah, yes. The true warrior's weapon.
So, okay, this is kind of when a lot of people... Alright, so here's one thing about Morrowind that is not true about Oblivion or Skyrim. Stuff you pick up in the environment is actually worth selling. Like, there's stuff on that bookshelf that is worth more than, like, almost any piece of clutter you will find in Skyrim. And not, like, that bookshelf specifically, but in the last room, there's a Limeware platter that's worth, like, 500 gold. And, like, books are often worth more than 100. And you can find alcohol that's, like, worth 500 gold. Just, like, lying around. They got rid of that in other games, and there's no reason for them to have done that. What, you didn't want to go downstairs and, like, loot all of the random produce in the sacks?
No, I guess not. Oh, hey, let's take the bread. You can eat! Okay, so...
Spread is an ingredient. I think we can all agree on this.
I love that the paper has nothing on it, but you can still read it. This is like paper used to carry the bread, but...
People are all like, oh, it's a hot dog, a sandwich? And it's like, no, it's alchemy, motherfucker.
And then I noticed that we're walking by default, always good.
Alright, so Chris has linked to us a screenshot, which is of the menu tutorial. Press B to use new menus, trigger cycle through menus. Boy, this is hilariously low resolution. This looks like an N64 game.
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to go? Oh, hello.
Where do you want to go? I mean, it's an open world. You can go wherever you want.
Yeah, no, you
Let's
actually
go to
can't steal
jail.
things directly in front of...
Oh, okay. No, they actually don't care. They're just like, yeah, you know what? We're releasing you. We really can't just put you back in jail right now. I wasn't paying attention to what he told me to do.
But I mean, if you think
Go
about
that
it,
way.
that's actually kind of a necessary tutorial for this era. Because, like, what game would you have played previously where you would get arrested for stealing things besides earlier Elder Scrolls games?
Oh. A ring.
And for stealing things, like, that's... Let me be clear. There were definitely video games where you could press steal to take an item that, like, you weren't supposed to. But, like... just looking down and seeing in 3D something sitting on a table and being like, oh, I'll take that, and then finding out, oh, you shouldn't have taken that, it's fucking someone else's property, you fucking criminal. Like, that was a pretty weird deal.
You had to sort of establish... It's the same problem Grand Theft Auto had in the same era, right? Where, like, a lot of people at that time would play Grand Theft Auto and try to obey traffic laws because they didn't want the cops coming after them, and they didn't recognize that, like, that's not really what triggers the cop system in Grand Theft Auto. It's more mass homicide. And I think it's a similar thing here, where you have to sort of explain what robbing is, or what thievery is. Because later games would just mark... Like, does this game actually mark it, or is it just a line-of-sight thing?
No, it doesn't. You just have to guess.
Because
Yeah, it does
later
not.
games mark it.
Oblivion does. Yeah. Oblivion had the extremely popular system where everybody in the universe was, like, psychic and could tell that you stole that spoon from someone on the other side of the province and just wouldn't buy it. Which was, you know, again, great.
So here's how conversations properly work in this game. It's basically wiki style, which is there's text, and then occasionally you get new hyperlinked topics that will appear on the right side of the menu. Often other characters will have these topics, and often characters will say the same things about them, but like if it's a topic that this character has a specific opinion on, they'll have unique text. They could only get away with having this expansive dialogue system because this isn't all voice acted. Can you imagine how tedious it would be to sit through someone like reading all this off like, yes, God. You're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself. Like, no, it's absolutely unsustainable.
Whoa. Am I losing connection, or is Red Sky?
No, it's Ruts.
Which... Of course, if you can, you should have voice acting in your game. It's an accessibility issue on top of everything else, but...
You got chopped.
You got Super Pancake there for a minute.
My bad, where'd I leave off?
There's two of them now.
Yep.
Hi, we got everything up through voice acting should be in a game because it's an accessibility issue, but
Yeah, but like there are trade-offs to losing the ability to just like write large amounts of text, which is, I think a lot of Elder Scrolls games suffered for it. Which I also think that you could definitely write a game that communicates all of this lore and information a little bit more elegantly than just being able to like dig through like these long menus and trees. But you know, as it is, I enjoyed this experience more than I enjoyed like Oblivion and Skyrim's similar approaches to conversations, which were much more constrained but fully voice acted.
This feels like sort of the last like grasp at the ideal, the platonic ideal of like the Daggerfall arena conversation system, where you could like bring up a text box and ask about stuff. But it didn't work very well because those games were made for DOS.
I think they just shifted a lot of this writing into books, which is why, like in Oblivion and Skyrim, you'll find like any sort of like flavor text that they want to provide that can't be done through vocal delivery. You'll find recipes, cookbooks, lore books, all that kind of stuff. He was supposed to.
Okay, yeah, package.
Yeah.
All right.
I do want you to go have a conversation and just try to persuade or charm somebody, because I love how.
Yeah.
So, I want to talk about the way stats work in this game, because the only way to get better at anything, is to practice something. But when you start the game, you suck at everything. So, like, if we try to take our little knife and go kill a mud crab, you will miss like 7 or 8 out of 10 times when you try to swing a dagger at a mud crab. Even if you're a barbarian spec to do combat.
And what's worse is that we'll have not much fatigue, and the lower our fatigue goes, the more the likelihood that we'll miss is.
Oh, is that true? Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks even more. But yeah, so you can persuade them, but as you see, I don't know if it works for Fargoth, but they're wow, you're very charming, Josh. That normally doesn't work for me.
Muriel Septim the Fourth, motherfucker. Of course I'm charming.
Did you bribe him? Is that what you?
No, I'm just doing the... Yeah. Okay, so this is the persuasion wheel from Oblivion before there was one.
No, it's not. So, okay. They've never had a good persuasion system in the Elder Scrolls. This is a bad one. Here's how this works. Admire is a difficult check and straightforwardly raises his estimation of you on a success, lowers you on a failure. Lowers it on a failure. Intimidate raises his estimation of you, but if you leave and come back, it's a net loss. Because, like, he's more responsive in the moment, but he likes you less overall because you just intimidated him. Taunt is, if you get enough successes at taunt, he'll fight you.
I need to change these controls. This is terrible.
And then bribe just straightforwardly raises it. Actually, not necessarily. I think that they sometimes turn down bribe.
I find it a more interesting system than the wheel. The wheel remains the worst system ever designed.
I mean, the wheel
in the
is
history of
terrible.
video.
I don't know. I kind of like the wheel. I've been replaying Oblivion, and it's a dumb minigame. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but it is something, as opposed to Skyrim, which is just like, oh, intimidate, check failed, or whatever, you know.
Well, but Skyrim is at the point where they've largely... I guess this brings me back to my hot take, where it's like, I would maybe make an argument that this is the last time Bethesda really made a role-playing game?
Yeah. Skyrim has no interest in letting you intimidate anyone who is not, like, a little weasel. That's the other thing. Like, you're never gonna, like, intimidate Jarl Balgruuf, or because they want Jarl Balgruuf to be too fucking cool. You're not going to intimidate Dirge because they're really impressed with Dirge, and they think that you should be impressed by what a badass he is. You'll never be able to intimidate Maven Blackbriar.
You walk up to Balgruuf and then taunt him so that he attacks you, and you kill him in self-defense, and everyone just thinks that that's fine.
Yeah, you're about to get fucking rocked.
What? Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, don't go in here. Don't go in here.
Yeah, no, this
swing really, really fast.
You will lose this fight.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Oh yeah, no, there's like little dungeon here. It's got some slaves you can free at the end of it. It's got some treasure, little wizard to fight. Also, they'll all romp your ass if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're a new character without equipment, which you are.
Anyway, we could take the Silt Strider to Balmora, or we could walk there.
Actually, if you'd like, I am kind of curious if I could talk you through something like operator style.
All right.
We're gonna see if I can get you to do a little heist. Maybe we'll cut this out if it doesn't go well. So, hang on, stop. I need you to follow my instructions carefully, because if I get disoriented, we're gonna be here fucking forever. All right, go back into the center of town, near where you came from.
All right.
Are we robbing the tree stump?
No, we are absolutely not robbing the tree stump. We're robbing the Census and Excise office.
All right.
Okay, so wait, no, fuck. Okay, move forward and get behind that building on the left-hand side. Actually,
what is
no.
Behind?
Yeah. Well, just like go behind it, like
this?
it's yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I need you to step back and like give me more of a sign of where you are here, because again, okay, yeah, I think this is the spot. Get up on them rocks. You agile enough to make it?
I don't know. Oh yeah. Ah, here we go. There we go. All right.
No, wait. Now here's what we're gonna do. Stop. Be very. We're gonna take this step by step. You need to align yourself with that brick chimney so that it is like a third on the left-hand side of the screen, and 2/3 you're just like seeing the tower, and you need to be pressed right up against
Like
it
this?
face first. Maybe a little to the left. Okay. Yeah, and now I need you to just like start spamming jumping forward.
Oh, there we go.
Aha!
We got it.
There we go. All right, now you gotta get up onto that roof to your left. You're just Morpheusing you through this. You agile enough to make it?
Yep.
Okay, climb to the top of the roof.
Oh, you can jump on tilted surfaces in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, now what?
Now you're gonna make your way down there. And you see that balcony on the left-hand side? You're gonna drop onto that balcony.
What balcony?
Keep following the roof to the left. Go around the eaves. Nope, that's your right. That is the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. Oop. All right, there we go.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, see that little overhang there?
So this game's jumping is just fucky in a different way.
Oh yeah, but a much more fun way.
All right.
All right, welcome to the Census and Excise warehouse. You're gonna rob this place fucking blind. You're allowed to be here, but you're not allowed to steal things. So use that to your advantage. So you just can't. They just can't see you. They can't have direct line of sight on you. Otherwise, it's anything goes. And you hold down Control, I think, to sneak, and will get a little indicator if like you're hidden.
Well,
Might not
it
hurt
doesn't
to
seem like I'm
save.
hidden.
Well, again, you need to not be seen.
Was that a quick save? Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a quick save. It was just very fast. For a second, I thought you were just spamming keys, but no, you were... No, okay.
Does line of sight matter? Can I...
I don't know if it does, but... Anyway, don't worry about this. The good stuff's up ahead anyway.
Alright.
Since we're medium armor spec, I think there's actually some appropriate shit in here, too. Alright, so yeah, see that guard snag on the crate? Just go over to those crates, bury yourself in them, and start shopping.
Okay.
Wow.
There's nothing in that. Don't tell me what's in the shipping log or anything.
Hey,
Hound
20
meat,
pieces of hound
sure.
meat. Perfect.
Oh, yep. Okay.
One thing I appreciate about this game is that most of the foodstuffs are not things that are available in the real world, and a lot of them that like are like sound like they might be are actually like derived from a plant or animal that doesn't exist, but that has the same name.
I got heavy armor here.
Like hound meat is not actually dog meat, it's meat of the Nyx hound, which is a kind of like big lizard monster. Nah, okay,
Yeah,
looks like
we
it's
should
mostly
take heavy
light medium.
armor here, because
Just take a bunch of
heavy.
medium and light armor and mix them together. See, that's a bunch of moon sugar, so that's drugs. So now we have drugs. You'll actually need to drop that before you try to sell anything to anybody. They won't barter with you if you've got it on your person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Anything else I should steal here?
I think that's most of it.
Can I?
So this game also doesn't have. This game also doesn't have
lantern
restrictions on who you can sell stolen goods to. If you try to sell it to the person who owned it, they will beat your ass. But otherwise, you can just sell stolen shit to anybody, which is much better system than the ones in Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah, I am
Want something, friend?
I am curious.
Yes.
People have so much fucking fun robbing people blind and then selling everything. I don't know why they decided that, like, you can't do that in Oblivion and Skyrim anymore.
What's up? I just vomited 12 moon sugar onto the floor, and then we're gonna leave. Alright. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay.
Love that fucking sound effect. I think the great thing about Morrowind is that a lot of these sound effects are just from a library, so you'll just spend the rest of your life hearing Morrowind sounds in random TV shows.
Is it not? Oh, it's locked. What time is it?
That doesn't matter.
Resting here is illegal.
Yeah. Well, because you're waiting instead of resting. Yeah. Also, there's no schedule. Everything is open all the time.
Well, it's
Morrowind's
looks like
strict
it
no
should be a
loitering laws.
shop, but I
No,
guess not.
the door around the back is open.
What do you want?
Oh.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Yeah, what's your little advice? Okay. What if we steal armor and weapons instead? Actually, wait. Let's work out if we're gonna use any of this. Oh my god. This is the casting stance. Hey, what's up?
I love all the janky animations. Love all of love the stances. It all looks very bad, but it's great.
Major skills are axe and blunt, so got a mace.
But axe was also merged into blunt weapons in Oblivion, which that was like a very specific era of Bethesda streamlining their games, where like they felt the urge to over streamline everything, but hadn't yet figured out an elegant way to go about it. So there's all sorts of stuff that's like half in and half out.
What the hell? Why did I lose my shield? Oh, I do have my shield, it's just not showing anymore. So all the rest of this armor is heavy. Which we do have as a misc... Oh wait, misc skills are the untagged, right?
Yeah, light armor is a minor, so I would go with light armor.
Yeah, well, we literally just have the... I guess this is light as well. We put two of those? Oh yeah, brace. Okay. Alright, cool. So there's... At least we don't have to put on 2 pairs of boots. Or 2 boots as a single pair thing. I'm gonna sell the rest of this, unless you think we should still wear it just to...
Nah, go ahead and sell the rest. I mean, you can just buy some shit from him. He has a few things.
Yeah. How do we...
Okay, so just left-click on everything you want to sell.
Yeah.
Do that before you worry about anything else.
Wait, was that...
Add the hound meat. Sell the hound meat, too. You don't want 20 hound meat lying around.
Let's sell that. Where's the hound meat? Okay. Oh.
Okay, so he has 800 gold, which respawns every 24 hours. Oh, sell the flint too.
We got that, that plate, or did they take it back?
No, they took that
They
back.
took it back. Yeah.
There's a way to steal it, but yeah, they took it back.
What about the
Okay.
travel lantern?
I may as well sell it. I mean, you could use it too, but... Alright, so here's what you're gonna do. So you could bargain the price up or down by using the plus and minus to the left of it. So barter it up like 75, 80 gold.
This is annoying to do.
Uh-huh. You can also hold it down, but okay. Now, go over and click offer.
It doesn't look like it.
Thought it could. Oh.
Your offer
Offers. Okay, wait, no, stop. No, set it back. Try again. Okay, well, why don't you try again like 80 more times?
Wait, it's a fucking, like, dice roll?
It's a dice roll, baby!
Oh my fucking Christ.
Hey! And look at his fucking, look at your rep with him.
not happy with us about
Well,
that.
give him a second, say goodbye. Now come back. Ask him if he's... No, you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave. Just talk to him again. Ah, he's
okay,
fine.
cool.
He doesn't hold a grudge.
So this
By the
is
way,
an extremely well thought out system. here.
I may say something at some point that is suboptimal. I should say I've never done a deep dive into this game. Like, I've never cracked it open to get to the guts. I've just played it a lot. And you figure things out playing it a lot. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Like, there's the Imperial chain stuff that's medium armor, and then, like, sometimes you see people wearing some of that, and, like, some other... Yeah, it's just, yeah.
That instead of the ringmail. Greaves. Do they not have any medium pants? Doesn't look like it. It's hard to tell.
They don't have any greaves in general.
Nobody likes wearing pants in Ardenfell here.
Actually, I believe
I
they
think that's
specifically
everything, man.
state at some point that the Dunmer have a very strong nudity taboo.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like that. I remember that being in one of the books.
Okay. Let's go ahead and offer that.
This is also like
100.
this game and Skyrim are two games where if you walk around naked, people do comment on it.
Do they not comment on it in Oblivion?
No, they don't give a shit.
Wait, this guy also has spells. From the old days when spells had utility. And were not just a sword that you shoot with your hands. Alright, I say we show that starter dungeon what for.
Alright, you better probably, like, have a healing potion or 2 or 3, though. Because you're
This healing
pretty
ring
low.
doesn't do fucking shit.
It's inefficacious. You can always just, like, book a room for a night or so. Actually, I forget if the trade house sells rooms.
I'm doing this to annoy you, but you can't actually hear the fucking, like, cat dying sound of this thing not casting because I don't have it.
No, I can't. Just the viewers.
Does this guy have potions?
I mean, I can
should
hear
probably
it
get
in a
some potions
sense.
just in
Like,
case. In your mind. Misk a potion? What do potions look like, Rutskarn?
they look like bottles. Not like... Well, okay, here's the problem. I can describe the kind of bottle, but it's going to sound an awful lot like every other bottle in this game to you. It's like, it's the bottles, but not like the bottles that are clutter, like the bottles that are potions. I don't see any potions.
No, I don't think they're...
Does it have any scrolls that heal? This is something I don't remember.
There,
I rarely lingered in Saint Anine after like my first 5 or 6 playthroughs.
Open. Skeleton. Restore health, fatigue, and magicka. but like really low.
Well, that's 1 point for 60 seconds, so that's 60 points.
That's a lot.
There are some phenomenally useless spells in this game, though, because of how weird the systems are. There aren't, at least if I remember right, aren't there spells to like recover very specific stats over time and stuff like that?
Like, there's a very robust array of effects and like ways that you can scale those effects and combine them, and yeah, it's
like a slow fall potion is cool, but if I remember right, like if you suck at making potions, can't you like make one that's like it doesn't really it functionally doesn't slow you down?
basically.
It's like a potion of 0.2 slow fall, so you just fall at like 80-90% speed anyway.
Where's the inn? Was that the inn?
I mean, that's basically it, yeah.
Oh, just
So I like, come to think of it, I actually can't think of a place where you could stay in Saint Denis.
all right. Well,
What you'd be looking for is the beds conversation prompt.
Yeah, that's it. How do I? Is that just?
Yeah, there's.
How do I use this thing? How do you use scrolls?
You go. It's in your spells. It's in your spells.
Yeah,
Oh.
you have to click on it and activate it.
I
Yeah.
see. All right.
Yes?
I got a mace. And again, we have... Oh, I didn't equip that shield. Alright. I didn't equip the armor, too, so that would be good to do. There we go.
I think if you gave me a minute, I could probably like figure out where there's a free bedroll you could use, but...
Oh, forget it.
Alright.
Can't you just wait? Does waiting not... Oh, that's right. Only beds
Yeah,
heal
no,
you in
waiting
this game.
doesn't-
No, it's
shit.
illegal to rest here. We don't have
waiting-
homeless people.
The only thing waiting restores is your fatigue.
Oh, man. Gotta love this fucking Morrowind combat. Yeah.
I mean, it only really sucks at early levels, to be honest.
But it does really suck at early levels.
At higher levels, it does get kind of interesting because you have to strategically use your stamina, and then also you have to start doing, like, especially when you're fighting vampires and other crap, where there's specific things you have to do to take them down.
It's very much, you can just hit take all, Josh.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at what they got. Slave key.
Yeah, like, it's the sort of thing where it's like Baldur's Gate or Second Dungeons and Dragons, where when you get into the higher levels, it's not that combat is just like, it looks the same, but you're fighting tougher enemies. It's very much a thing of like, what you're doing in a battle no longer in any ways resembles what you were doing in battles at the beginning, where like it's about like what buffs you have active, what spells you're casting, what magic items you have.
Alright, cool. Let's
Yep.
liberate some slaves. What is this guy?
What do you mean? What is this
Is that
guy?
an Argonian?
Yeah, it's an Argonian. What's so confusing?
This looks like a mouse lizard.
Yeah, no,
Thank
it's
you,
like
Uriel
the.
Septum the Fourth.
It's got like the frills, like the dino frill.
Yeah, I guess. It just looks different from the...
Yeah, like that's the thing about this game is that the Argonians and Gajit actually look fucking different from other beings.
I mean, hey, the prior, like, Arena Daggerfall Argonians were like, they had hair and shit, and the Khajiit were just cat people.
Yeah, your
Oh, Jesus.
fatigue is really low.
Probably should have quick saved after killing the front door guard, but I had to fucking auto run. Die.
I mean, that's the thing. Is, I don't know if you noticed, but you ran into that fight with very little fatigue.
Yeah.
After you kill this person,
But then he fireballed me and knocked out 3/4 of my health in one hit. So
I mean, it happens. After you kill this this bandit here, go ahead and see if you can rest.
Alright. Dispose of corpse.
Oh, yeah, I want to say if you just hit dispose of corpse, it automatically takes all also.
Okay, you can't rest
Okay,
while...
it's proximity based, so just get all the way back at the entrance. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
What?
It is outside of town, though, right? Like, if you open that door, you can sleep.
Well, not in town.
Is that still considered in town? Because I remember what. Yeah.
Oh, no, we're okay. Here we go. Yeah,
hey.
we're just outside town limit.
Excuse
Oh,
us.
rest was interrupted by something.
Yeah, I think there was somebody out there.
Probably like a rat or something.
Well. Alright, now we'll free the slaves, and then we'll tell them to go the other direction so that they can eat the fireballs instead of us.
Rat, scrib, aquama forager, mud crab.
One day to your friend.
My favorite thing is to just do persuasion till they hate me, and then let them go, and then they just think like the biggest asshole in the world saved them, and I just love the idea of that.
I also love the idea that the thing that made them hate you is that you tried and failed to admire them.
Oh,
Like, how fucking condescending do you have to be to, like, get someone to hate you for complimenting them directly before you free them?
yeah.
Well, you did it 37 times, which doesn't help.
Yeah, well, this is like some sort of weird Nathan Fielder shit.
That guy's coming.
We need more of that in video games.
I think he missed.
Well, I hit that one.
Come on. Give me my... Yeah, I don't think we can beat this dude.
I kind of agree. I don't think you could beat this dude.
Alright, we'll, free the slaves, and then we will run away. And hope that he can't go through doors.
If you really want, like, the pro strat, here's what you do.
Do you approach?
Just circle strafe him, possibly while
Oops.
walking. Reload.
I accidentally... I love how, like, I hit him once and he's just like, oh, fuck it, I'm killing you now.
So, a fun fact about this
You
game.
gotta love...
Why do you approach?
I mentioned that's weird. There's a story from its development that I really enjoy, which is that one of the concept artists, like, really felt strongly about creating this very alien feeling to the world, like, making it very strange. But he had to get everything past this one, like, producer type who did not, like, was very much like, no, everything should be more traditional, more sane, more safe. So every time he wanted to add some...
Howard?
I have no idea. I can't remember if it was even named.
Is
Yep, Quama Forager. This is like the kind of maggot larval like. Well, actually, I don't know that it is larval per se, but basically this thing goes around gathering things for a hive of creatures that don't quite look like that. Anyway, but every time he tried to... So every time he wanted to do a drawing, what he'd do is... The first thing he'd do is he'd do a design that was just, like, absolutely what he wanted. Just perfectly, like, his vision. And then he would do another version of it that would look ridiculous. Just, like, completely over the top, completely absurd. And then he'd run that up the flagpole like, hey, I was thinking about adding this monster. And the guy would be like, no, I mean, it's a cool design, but can you maybe, like, tone it down a little bit? And the artist was like, sure, yeah, no problem. And then he just showed the original design. The Bruce would be like, yeah, that's better, thanks.
Okay, how do I...
Travel. It's under Persuasion.
Oh. Balmora.
A post on the
Special trip just for
Elder Scrolls lore wiki, or Reddit subreddit. The acceptance of nudism in Tamrielic societies, question mark? How well accepted would a nudist lifestyle be in the different societies across Tamriel? How would people react to someone going about their daily life naked? In what way would nudism, frequent or not, affect someone's social standing or reputation? How would the law handle such indecent exposure according to the lore? This is like a 7-paragraph question of someone really wanting answers about this, and then...
Well,
Wow.
in this game, everyone reacts to you being naked as though it's, like, deeply vulgar and disgusting. Like, there's no... It's not even really, like, funny ha. It's people just, like, really angry at you, mostly, for being naked. It occurs to me that when I said earlier that, like, the Dunmer are prudish is something that was established by this game, that's actually specifically established by Maik the Liar. An NPC added in this game and then present in other games. Well, it isn't. I mean, you know. So the things that Maik the Liar says in Morrowind are all, like, about features that were cut from Daggerfall. Yeah, I say all about, largely about. I think he has some stuff that's he has some stuff that's just, like, kind of funny. And then he has a few things that are, like, features that were never in the game. And then he has, like, I think he's relevant to I want to say the Shiagaroth quest. Anyway. But he says that, like, the Dunmer are prudish, and that he wishes that everyone could be naked all the time. And the reason for that is that in Daggerfall, you could just, like... that there was a significant amount of, like...
Random people
not
naked,
full
as we saw.
frontal nudity, but yeah, nudity.
I mean, there absolutely was that.
There's technically no genitals.
Yeah. Okay, I need to find the south wall. Oh, you okay, dude?
That's a late.
What do you ask of me?
Oh, okay. South wall. Working class corner club in Balmora, east of the Odai River, on the south of the Labor Street, owned by Bakola Kloskis.
Yeah, funnily enough, the South Wall Corner Club is located by the South Wall.
Oh, how about that? So...
Josh, have you not played Morrowind?
Not in a very long time, and not very much of it. Like, literally, I was looking at this when I was installing it to do this, and there was no last played indicator on it to tell you how long it's been since I played this fucking game.
You're almost there.
Whoa. You got some armor there. Is this a...
I do love this map. The
Like
ability to get the little portal points to tell you what every room is.
Yeah, I like it. You know, it has... People might say it has less character than, like, the more... You know, like, Oblivion had kind of, like, it tried to make it look like an actual paper map, and then Skyrim has... Does Skyrim actually have a map for, like, dungeons and, like, local areas, or is it just, like, a world map?
No, it does have a local area thing, and it looks like the ones in Oblivion.
Mm-hmm. But I kind of like the cleanness of this one.
So we're pretty far away from the south wall.
Are you going to go to the south wall?
Well, that's where we're supposed to go, right?
I would head south.
I'm a UPS. I'm heading south.
You were headed
Is
north.
this not? Well, you said I was near it, so I figured, I was heading in the right direction, even though this doesn't seem right. I decided to trust you, and look what you've done to me.
This is why they added a compass in Oblivion. This is why they never look back.
It's across the river. And it's sort of in the back left here.
There we go.
There it is.
I mean, you gotta give it this much. It's in the corner.
It's
So, yeah, there's a couple quest givers you're passing here. People who are relevant to various guilds and organizations.
Only he stands there.
This question.
So, okay, right, we're supposed to ask
My
these
prices
guys.
are the best in town.
Yep, where's the Caius Cosades? You think about it, like, a game where this is voice acted would never have this kind of quest. Because
Yeah.
even though this is a very normal, natural way to do this, like, it's just too much, like, it would feel too stupid walking all the way to this building just so you could get into a fully voice-acted conversation with another person. Because the other thing is that when, like, these NPCs are voice-acted, there's kind of a need to give each one of them a personality that immediately comes through in their first line of dialogue, because every conversation has to have a point and every line of dialogue has to have meaning, which means that if you get into a conversation with the bartender, he can't just be like, hey, what's up? Caius? Oh, he's across town.
Yes?
Yeah. Alright, and to the end of the street. So is this it?
I believe so. Alright, now wait, before you talk to Caius, before you talk to him,
Okay.
let's just take this shit in. Because this is something like... There's a lore conversation to be had here.
Yes?
So this is Caius Cosades. He's a member of the Blades. He's been deployed here, which basically means he's like the CIA of the Empire. And so he's our quest giver. We have like a job that we're supposed to do for him. We've been sent out to him. He's out in the middle of this one like kind of town, in the middle of this colonized territory. He's hanging out. He's half naked. The only people who knew where he was a bartender. And we get there, and his place is a fucking shithole, and he's got some drugs and drug paraphernalia. Actually, just drug paraphernalia. I don't think there's any drugs that you could find around here.
I mean, look at this dude. Look at his
Isn't there moon sugar on the table?
deltoids. Those are practically an exoskeleton.
I thought that was crab. Oh, okay, no, yeah, he just has drugs, straight up.
Yeah, he just straight up has drugs. And a scuba
So-
pipe.
This
Empty
immediately
bottles.
raises the question, which is this guy deep undercover, or is he lost in the sauce?
Yeah.
And the other thing I like about it is that there's not really a definitive answer. There's definitely evidence that kind of points crossways. I think the version I've settled on based on all of his dialogue is that, like, he really is a professional, and this really is, to some extent, a cover. But he's also kind of like, I'm here in the ass end of nowhere. It's incredibly humid. I can't get any, like, Imperial food here. I'm just gonna get blitzed out of my mind sometimes, and nobody's gonna fucking stop me, because who's gonna come down here to chew me out over it?
It's the CIA agent in Nicaragua kind of
Iro-
shit.
Ironically, the answer of who's going to come chew him out about it is us, Uriel Septim.
Hey, I'm curious something before. So you say your name is Uriel Septim the Fourth, and if you told to report to me and deliver a package.
No, you may not look at your package. What actually happens? Okay. No, we can't just fail.
What? It's just a shirtless man demanding
Oh,
we
you
give
can't?
him the package.
No,
Says
you
here the
absolutely
Emperor
can
wants
just-
me to-
I mean, you could lose
I mean,
the
I
kill-
could just murder him. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
or-
murder him, you get that history's threads have been severed or whatever.
Right, which is not 100% true, actually. There are ways to still complete the main quest even after you've killed NPCs that are basically you're supposed to not kill.
Novice Uriel Septim the Fourth. Yeah, as opposed to the solution they came up with, Oblivion, and have just kind of pushed to its logical extreme, where
Right, which-
quest NPCs are just immortal.
Which
You
that's
can't kill
part
them.
of. Partly that's because they are fussier about like not locking people out of content, and also partially it's
Yeah.
because NPCs just get killed, like sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit in Oblivion that happens sometimes.
I think it happens in Skyrim too. It's just less common. Like sometimes, like a screw goes loose and an NPC just dies, and you'll never learn about it unless you witness it.
But isn't that also a problem here, where like just randomly, well, not randomly they'll
there's not-
die, but what happens is that they have placed plot critical NPCs in like dungeons, where you'll just bumblefuck your way into a dungeon and kill everyone in there, and then some random mook you kill is like the threads of history have been severed.
A scenario is not leaping to mind, but it's probably you can probably more or less do
It's-
that. Yeah.
I mean, this game doesn't really have anything approaching the Radiant AI stuff they were doing for Oblivion.
Yeah,
Guards,
there's
right? Like, you
certainly
don't have
that.
guards wandering around and people wandering around on like schedules and shit, and
People just
I
kinda
need
walk
that
in like-
shovel from you, and so I'm going to fucking kill you to get it. You know, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, people just kind of meander around triangular patterns.
200 drakes. We call them
Yep,
drakes.
that's
here.
gold.
To freelance adventure is a common profession. Oh no, we're in an RPG.
So yeah, basically this
Imperial
guy's asking
cult.
you to join a guild. Yeah, that's like the priest.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the
This
Uriel
is
Septim
not
fan
when
club.
this is back when the game was not afraid to just like dump some like historical terminology or like weird like obscure academic stuff on you as part of its world building.
Yeah.
I was watching some footage of the Xbox version, and I saw something of... I saw a clip of him fighting a ghost, and I remembered... Do the later Elder Scrolls games also have the like supernatural enemies that can only be killed with enchanted weapons? Because that's a thing here.
Yes.
Yeah, silver or enchanted.
Or Daedric.
Do they plant those like right next to the opening area? Because there's a
No, they
there's
do
a
not.
there's a
not
dungeon-
that fucking. God damn, that fucking opening of Daggerfall is terrible.
There's one next to Satan. There's a if you go north up
is
the
there?
coast and just walk, I think it's north. I haven't done it in 20 years, but like if you go up the coast, there is a little Dwemer ruin.
Like Ancestor Shrine.
And it's full of ghosts. And I
mean-
was just like, I'm gonna explore. Do not explore if you do not have a magical weapon.
The so in Daggerfall though, it's literally like the first side room you can go into has I don't even know what the fuck it is, some kind of weird scamp specter thing that you cannot hurt with your normal weapons. It's like the fuck. Why would you put this here?
I have a controversial statement. This is okay. What I'm about to say is very stupid. Like, this is a principal position that I'm prepared to defend, but like people are going to hear it and immediately probably burst out laughing because this sounds like something that was generated by like a gameropinions.txt. This game, Oblivion and Skyrim feel like Skyrim. Let's say Skyrim. Skyrim ultimately feels less like a successor to this game than Dark Souls does.
I could see that.
Yeah. Skyrim's very different. We should point out, Skyrim is not 2 games removed from this game. It's like 3 or 4, depending on where you land on, like, is New Vegas technically also a Bethesda game? You know, because they had Fallout 3 and Oblivion, and, you know, then finally to Skyrim. Although, wait, New Vegas came out after Skyrim. So it's 3 games removed. And in that time, they latched on to what they wanted to really do in video games, which they continue to do, which is big, simulated, immersive world with lots of NPCs running around doing things that NPCs don't normally do in video games, like just having a normal routine, and not locking people out of any content whatsoever, which means that you can't have any consequences for anything that you do. Which is why the Thieves Guild quest in Skyrim is so fucking infuriating, because you just want to grab Maven Blackbriar and throw her off a bridge.
Or alternately steal something, which does not really happen in the Thieves Guild quest for Skyrim.
But I could kind of see the comparison to Dark Souls. I think that's not unreasonable. I think mechanically there's a direct line there, but in terms of like that experiential sense of playing the game, they are both very much games about both Morrowind and the first Dark Souls are like weirdly brown-colored games that are about having a character where your stats are like the most important thing in the world that determine much about what you can and can't do. And I know Dark Souls fans just got mad at me because
like a character, like a game where you play a character who is exceptional narratively, but who does not feel exceptional in the way the world reacts to your character.
yes, also like Josh.
The chains of fate were not severed.
No, the threads of you playing this video game were severed. Anyway, I guess we're probably wrapping up time-wise, so I guess we just get to end on that.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we
'cause
do.
The game just blew up.
How long have we been recording?
All right. An hour and 10 minutes, although that also includes that like 10-minute cul-de-sac where I couldn't get the game to work, so
Fair enough.
cut. So yeah, we're basically at the end. So that was the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind.
I'm glad we got to end with my preposterous hot takes.
Everybody let us know what you think of Rutskarn's bad ideas in the comments.